The job we'll be applying for is a games insight analysis with the international team at St George's Park. What has attracted me to this role? What has attracted me to this role is my obsession with performance analysis within football especially. My desire to be a part of a setup which not only has goals and targets to meet, but has so much potential and ability which they can strive to achieve. I feel I work best when there are these goals and targets, no more so than England winning the World Cup in 2022/23, and this is something I really want to be a part of and really help the team to deliver their potential when it comes to that stage. Why should we recruit you? I feel I should be recruited for this job due to my experience at Birmingham City Football Club. Here I've learned all the skills needed to operate the details, coding and analysis software, which is obviously so vital when it comes to performance analysis, as well as this I've been involved in planning and organising of the analysts within our department and designating them with certain games when there has been clashes. This is ensuring the staff are in the right places at the right time so that we can have a very efficient working analysis team. This means that certain staff are there to assist on game day to the staff which would like a wee bit more assistance at half time compared to the teams that maybe wouldn't want as much input during the day. During the game. What would I say my greatest achievement was? Well, my greatest achievement to date would be winning the Schools Cup in Northern Ireland twice over. We were crowned the Northern Ireland Schools Cup champions in 2016 as well as 2017. I feel this is my greatest achievement as in the first year we went through, as a goalkeeper, we went through the entire tournament only conceding one goal, and when it got to the final and went to penalties, I managed to save 3 penalties in the shootout to drag the team through and get us to create history for the school. After this then, the following year we had a team where we lost 6 of the starting 11 and we lost our first few games of the year in the league. A lot of the players were quite down about this, and as one of the senior figures in the squad and quite a few younger boys coming in, I felt as if I really helped to rejuvenate the team by helping out with the captain during the change room and before and after games, and even during the week maybe organising team bonding sessions, just so that we really were as one as a team. We then went on again to win it that year against all odds when everyone had written us off, as we had lost 6 of our starting 11 from the year before. So I feel this is my greatest achievement, as it shows great desire to not only win it the first time but come back hungrier the second time and say we want to create more history and win it for a second. Why did I choose this degree? I chose this degree because I felt I had quite a strong knowledge of sport on the face of it, but I really wanted to learn actually what went on in the background for us all to enjoy the sport that we actually love and that we do see on the face being played. So for me it was looking into the sort of areas of which this degree covered, so the type of marketing, grassroots and sports media this goes on, and really getting a feel for what happens with them to allow me to enjoy the sport which I play and also watch on a very regular occurrence. If I had to describe myself in 3 sentences, I describe myself as a very driven individual in everything that I get involved in. I'd say I'm very enthusiastic with anything I take part in. I just want to be really involved and just really get to grips with it. And I'd say the last thing I would describe myself as is that I'm a great team player and really thrive in team environments and being successful in those types of environments. The time in which I've used my initiative, I look back on my placement opportunities where I was helping out with an under-12s football team, and obviously this takes a lot of prior planning in terms of 2 sessions a week. I'm having to sit down the night before, complete my session plans, and obviously where I want to start off with a warm-up and where I want to progress the session into and what I want to finish with. This obviously includes me taking into account the amount of numbers that are going to be there, and a time I turned up and due to one reason or another we were very short in numbers, and I managed to use my initiative and think on the spot and create a session which was fun and enjoyable but also very educational for the players that did turn up to train that evening, and they still felt as if they got quite a lot out of it, which showed a great example of me using my initiative that it didn't affect me how many people turned up as much as I had a fully set out session for a certain amount of people. I've been in where I've had to solve a problem. Recently I was down helping out coaching with an under-17s local side who happened to be very successful, and they were on their way to 1 game away from winning the league, and they just need to match their opponent's result to win the league. And the training the last night before the final match, 2 of the players happened to fall out. It was over a bad tackle, and I took the 2 of them aside and sat them down and asked them what it meant to them to play for the club, and not only play for the club but what it meant to win the league for the club, which they've all been a part of from such a young age and came up through the age grades. Once I'd done this, I then sort of saw a click with them that it was this minor argument wasn't worth jeopardising the team's performance on Saturday, as both of them were key components to victory, and without a victory could jeopardise the whole team's success. And while that they actually felt the argument was worth that they're having, and both of them agreed that it wasn't. And through this year, I managed to get them to shake hands and agree on the argument that it was settled, and to go on from there and continue with the rest of the session. And by the end of it, they were laughing and joking with each other again. So I feel this was a very successful intervention from myself to solve a problem, which could have obviously ended up in a lot of sadness for the team if they wouldn't have been successful that weekend. And luckily, they ended up being successful. The time which I've taken overall responsibility was when I was down helping out with Marshall's running a 5-a-side league on a Friday evening. And when it got to the final of the tournament on Friday evening, the coaches got into an altercation, verbally having an argument with each other about different rules in which they played elsewhere, and others had been applying by them this night and others hadn't, and they felt one was given an unfair advantage if they went with one rule and vice versa. It was getting quite heated and quite a few people were getting involved, so at this stage I stepped in as the manager and took overall responsibility and set out how it was going to be played and the rules which I was going to play it by. And at this stage, none of the coaches could then say anything, as the responsibility shown. Both coaches showed the respect to myself as the organiser of the event, and went ahead with the final. My key interests are anything sport related, really, to be honest. I do take part in playing for a football side, both just local sides, and I also am a very keen golfer in the summer months, but also practice quite a lot during the winter months. I enjoy reading into sport and analysing sport, even if it's just myself, in terms of watching over replays and sort of seeing where teams could do better, even though myself I won't have an input. I enjoy this outline. It's just sort of to further my skill in analysing sport, which is what I would spend quite a lot of my time doing. I feel if you were to ask my friends what they would say about it, they'd say I'm very trustworthy, they'd say I'm very loyal, and they'd say I'm very driven. When I get my eyes on something, I always don't stop really until I do get it, even if that requires sometimes having to fail and get back up again. I always will achieve my goals, and I think that's key in anything in life, no matter what it is. But also, as I've said, the loyalty and the trustworthy would be the two key ones to come out with, as I always will stick by my own and never let them down, no matter if it's something small or something big. Time which I've showed excellent team working skills would be a few years back when I was working in a 5-star resort, and Van Morrison was doing an exclusive concert, so he was for guests who were paying over £600 a ticket, and that night I was put as team leader for one of the teams. I was in charge of 9 people, and ensuring every single one of them had their tables set correctly, and throughout the 4-hour event that all standards of a 5-star resort were heeded to, and that if any questions were asked from members of the public, they would come up to the staff. If they didn't have the answers, they would come to myself, and I would then go over and hopefully sort out the issue. If not, then I would request help from mostly a higher member of staff, but on the most part I was able to sort everything myself, and had a very cohesive team who were all very complimentary to managers afterwards about how well I'd done in terms of keeping everything on track and on time, and making sure there's no hiccups, and they all find me very approachable as someone to come to and ask questions. When it comes to what motivates me, the biggest thing is it can be summed up in one word, and that's success. It doesn't really matter what I take part in life, whether it is football, whether it's golf, or whether it is in terms of a job, whether it's meeting targets, monthly aims, or if it's in a few years' time, a club wants to be here, or an organisation wants to be there. I want to be part of that success, and I'm driven to be part of that success, and I'm enthusiastic to be part of that success.